Hey, and welcome to today's episode of Make It Your Own Design Academy. My name is Cynthia Kita, and I'm your brand strategist, designer, and educator here at the Design Pharmacy. And today's episode is going to be just a little bit different. I had something different planned for you guys, but that fell through momentarily. So I am giving you an inside scoop to our branding magazine called Brand Scoop. And so the latest edition is going to be coming out tomorrow on September 15th. That's when you will receive the September edition of the magazine. Now, you'll see on the screen that the August edition is there for you to see. And I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a backstage pass and also have you guys watch me design the September cover that's going to be released tomorrow. So when you visit, you'll be visiting brandscoopmag.com to sign up to subscribe. It is free. I do want to let you guys know that at the time of this recording, it is free. That could change in the future, but the great thing about Substack is that it allows you to have a paid subscription to support the brand. And so if you love our content and you want us to continue to provide it currently for free, or to give the different resources that we do for you guys to get the perks that you do for being subscribers, please consider doing a subscription. It's not very expensive. I have changed my pricing model for this particular platform, so it is not expensive at all. Some can say that it's your snack money, depending on your taste in snacks, but it's very inexpensive. So please consider doing a paid subscription. That definitely helps the brand, and it helps us bring you more resources and more opportunities on this specific platform. Again, this is on Substack. So if you have the Substack app, you'll be able to find us as well. If you visit brandscoopmag.com, it will take you to a landing page where you can get the correct link from there and subscribe. So on our homepage, you'll see this beautiful layout here. So this is the latest edition, which is our August edition, called Brand Prep School. So we put a little bit of a back to school spin on everything, and it was designed to help you prepare for quarter four. Quarter four starts October 1st, and so the only way to prepare is if you do it ahead of time. And so that's what this edition really focused on. So overall, we cover 3 specific areas. So we cover brand clarity, and I'll even scroll down to show you specifically. So we cover brand clarity. So you'll see all of the articles we have on brand clarity. Then message mastery, because if you can't correctly articulate how you help your audience, it's not going to be very helpful for them, and they're not going to move forward with you because they're not clear on how you're supposed to get them to their goal. And then we focus on growth and impact. And so you'll see all those articles there. Just in general, but if you wanted to focus on specific editions, we have the edition covers section. So the great thing about edition covers is that when you click on it, it actually becomes like your table of content for all of the articles that are in that particular edition. So if you scroll down to the edition content and resources, you'll see under each category, brand clarity, message mastery, and then growth and impact. You'll see the different articles that fall under those categories for that specific edition. Again, this is the August 2025 edition. And then you'll see the brand prescription pad. So we give you a lot of information to go through, but at the end of it all, we want you guys to be able to take some action. And so that's what your brand prescription pad is all about. And so with the brand prescription pad, again, based on the categories that we focus on, clarity, messaging, and then growth, you'll see a little bit of like a checklist on what you're supposed to be focusing on and some of the changes that you can make based on the information you learned in each article. And so don't feel like you have to tackle everything all at once. Baby steps, small gains and consistency will get you through. Don't get overwhelmed. Please don't get overwhelmed. But it's there to just give you more of a concise guide on some of the things that you can refine within your business to get whatever it is that you're looking to achieve. So that's what the brand prescription, and you'll see some likes here, our brand prescription pad is all about. Now let me go back and one more time, and then I'll show you another edition. Or I think we can see all of them. So we have August, we have July, June, May, April. There's also, we started in January of 2025. So we have editions all the way up to that. I probably just have to update some of the tags on there. That's probably why they're not showing here, but here's April. This is our cover, which I'll show you as well when we get into Canva, because that's where I designed them. So it tells you a bit about the cover, about the inspiration behind the design of the cover. And then we have, what the edition is about. If you guys want to do a group subscription, you can gather 5 of your friends or more, and you guys can get 10% off of whatever is listed on the subscription page. Then again, a list of all the different articles that are in each category, along with your brand prescription pad. So that's typically how it goes with our magazine, our Brand Scoop magazine. We also have our podcast section. So right now, I believe we have 4 in total, 4 podcasts/videos or trainings. So you can also take advantage of those as well. You could also attach it to your podcast platform of choice, or you can just listen to it right on Substack as well, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. We also have notes, which is kind of like your Twitter-ish kind of space. We have your archive, which is just, a list of like the most recent post or article, and then it just kind of continues that way. And then about Brand Scoop. So, it's your ultimate source for branding insights, inspiration, and expertise. It's dedicated to helping entrepreneurs, small business owners, and marketing professionals build strong, memorable brands that resonate with your audiences. So to learn more about Brand Scoop, go ahead and check out the About page. And you'll see some reasons why you should stick with us. And that's pretty much it. So we've been doing this since January, and so we have, does the archive even say how many? Okay, I don't think it says how many, but I can say confidently that we have well over 50 articles. And that sounds crazy because that's a lot, but since January, we definitely have over 50 articles. And so if you haven't been on there, you have a lot of catching up to do. And so again, go ahead and subscribe by visiting brandscoopmag.com. Now, let's get over to designing the cover for September 2025. Now I'm just gonna fix this quickly. I don't really care for the danger zone because I'm not printing this out. It's just, at least not right now, I'm not printing it out. It's digital for now. So I know you guys didn't get to see like the earlier editions, but this was the introduction edition. So just letting people know what Brand Scoop was going to be about, so on and so forth. Then our first edition for January, Brand Foundations. February, we had Brand Love. Then She Brands. You saw Spring Clean Your Brand. Booked and Blooming. Hot Brand Summer. Freedom to Brand. And then Brand Prep School. We actually had a potential second option for brand prep school, but we like this option better. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate one of our old editions, and we're going to change this up to September 2025. Now the theme or the title for this edition is Fall into Alignment. And yes, we intentionally did fall as in like the season fall. I thought, you know, when you have magazines, you want to have like themes, and, you know, it's just fun for people to have something to kind of relate to when they're reading something. And so, you know, here at the Design Pharmacy, we really, really love a theme. Like, we live for themes. We enjoy themes. And so we definitely didn't want to miss out on that opportunity to incorporate the season, you know, into everything that we were doing. So I'm just scrolling on my tablet to get the more specific focus so that I can type it in word for word. I don't want to mess that part up. So just give me a quick moment. All right, so the focus, syncing your brand with your goals and your audience. We talk about a lot about your audience in this particular edition, and how everything that you create, like from your offers, like let me even say a portion of what one of the articles talked about was the fact that you can have your offers, but it shouldn't just end there. You know, when you introduce an offer, typically your audience is in a particular place, and they're going to get out of that place. They're going to grow. They're going to evolve. And our offers need to also evolve. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to go back to the drawing board, but there should be like a 2.0 of your offer for the person at their next level or their next stage. And so, again, a lot of this is about your audience. It's important to keep them in mind as you are, I'm trying to work and talk at the same time. As you are growing your business, you know, no one stays the same. We evolve, we grow, our knowledge increases, our capacity changes. And so you want to ensure that your brand is also growing with the people that you want to impact. And, you know, that's just important for the success of your business. Regardless, you definitely always want to keep your audience in mind. That's like the most important thing, because if you don't have an audience, you don't have a business, right? So you absolutely want to keep them in mind. And then since we're in like the seasonal space and all of that stuff, you also want to consider refining your message so that you have more conversions. And so with it being, you know, we're heading towards Q4, people are, you know, on a track of, okay, the end of the year is here. Maybe I haven't accomplished my goals. I want to get some things done. You know, they're in that mindset of like, let me get back to my business, or let me get back to my goals. You know, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all of the things, you know, some people are willing to spend more money. They're in that giving mood or giving mode. And so you want to consider all of those things. So while your offer is not meant to change, the way that you position your offer should change. And so maybe you sell, you know, a planner or something, or even a workout plan or a meal plan. You can reposition it, you know, for the end of the year so that it says like reset your eating habits, or reset your fitness routine, or, you know, those types of words help you to ensure that your positioning is fit for the season that people are in, and what they are more susceptible to respond to, you know, at a given point in time. And so I talk a lot about that in, this September 2025 edition, and you guys do not want to miss out on that. So I'm going to get into designing this cover. You saw me changing, the language on the cover. So right now I'm going to use Canva AI to build out, the main photo that we're going to see. And I have a couple of ideas. And so I'm just going to play around and see what works and what doesn't work. I'm going to make sure I change the photo orientation. And for these types of covers, the style I typically, it's doing something. But the photo style I typically use is called macro. Let's see if we could get back. So, pardon me, I am using a different computer. I've had an unfortunate computer incident, and so I need to have a new screen put on. And so it's at the shop right now, and hopefully I get it sooner than later. But in the meantime, we're working with this computer for now. So for my image, create a professional walking on a path in the fall season. She is holding a compass, and we see fall foliage all around her. She is wearing I'm gonna put royal blue suit with a white button-up shirt. She is a Hispanic woman. Pardon me. With long wavy hair and a mustard beret on her head. What else? She has round orange framed glasses. All right, I'm gonna start with this and see what we get. Cross your fingers. Now, have any of you guys used Canva AI to create an image yet? I've been using them for, Lord, I don't even know how long. It's been a long time. Whenever it, I think, started coming out, I think that's when I started using it. Okay, so this is nice. Did I hit macro? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I forgot to hit macro. Okay. These are nice though. But I do want a certain amount of consistency in my cover images. So that's why I continue to use macro. I think maybe next year I may use something different. And then just be consistent for a year using that style as well. I've been using Canva AI for a while, and so it's definitely advanced itself a bit. They've definitely improved it. But, in the beginning, the photos were just one way and a little bit cartoonish. And so it was hard to get a certain caliber of a photo. Whereas now it's a picture like this is just beautiful. It looks so realistic to me, Although I don't like the way the compass looks. I don't think a compass typically looks like that. But, Yeah, that's the only thing. The compass part looks a little weird. Her hat actually looks a little weird there too. But yeah, they're giving us like more realistic looking photos, and I think it's great. You know, it's great to be able to produce a photo with greater quality. This is nice too. I don't like the angle of this. All right, so I don't even know which one to use. Part of me wants to just go with this one, but again, I want it to be in sync with, you know, the style of photo we've typically had. All right. All right, let me think. I guess this one probably wouldn't work. I'm just going to copy the prompt and see what the next set of designs show me. I'm going to add and leaves falling. Okay, so this angle, it's giving like doorbell. Like when someone, or the peephole thing, when someone is knocking on your door and they're just like all up in there, like in your face. That's what this photo is giving. And that's kind of the reason why I don't want to use it. This is nice, but I don't know about this compass here. Excuse me. This is also nice. I may end up using that. I think the compass is more pronounced here. So I'm just going to use, I'm going to bring both of them in and see what we can do with that. So I'm going to set it as the background image, and then I'm going to duplicate it. Yeah, so okay, I guess the keyboard shortcut is not working here. It should work because that's what I did, Command D. Anyway, we're gonna try that other photo and see which one works better. Honestly, I think that first one that I chose would work better because of the eye contact portion. So once the photo loads in, then we can replace the background. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit, and I'm gonna use Canva's magic grab to isolate the lady from the rest of the photo. All right, grab. Okay, now Canva's like misbehaving. I'll try that again. I may need to refresh, but we'll see what happens. I didn't even realize she didn't have a full arm. That's crazy. I didn't even... Gotta undo that. I mean, cancel. Oh, she doesn't because of the leaf. That makes sense. Okay. Let me just refresh this page because I don't like the way it's misbehaving. And it's probably like an internet thing with the laptop and not necessarily a Canva thing. All right, so as you can see, this is what it was supposed to look like before it turned into a big blob of blurriness for that first photo. So I put fall into alignment there, and then I'm just gonna drag this down a little bit. So that's one option. And then this one, we're going to try that magic grab again. All right, so I'm gonna grab that. And then again, we're facing this issue again. So I'm gonna refresh one more time and hopefully we don't have to deal with that again. So thanks for being patient. We're all being patient. All right, there we go. I'm gonna X this out. And then we're gonna position our lady, position, layers, put her in front of our logo. And there we have it. So, let me see, fall. I think I like fall into alignment here better. And then probably gonna put that thing, which I'll change to orange, but just copy this from another edition and place it here. So I'm gonna get rid of that. I think I'm gonna make it orange or the mustard color. Alright, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna change the transparency a little bit because it looks like it's blending in a little too much. Then I'm gonna copy this a little and see if might be too much in one area. Alright, so I'm going to duplicate that again. Duplicate that. And then I'm going to remove the bottom one here. And I think I'm actually going to keep it down there. Just going to gonna copy from here and bring it back. Just leave it, I guess, like that. All right, well, I'm thinking this might be it. What do y'all think? So she's holding a compass. This one, I wasn't sure how I liked the text up here, syncing your brand with your goals and your audience. And although this is also cool, which I would change this again. I think the issue is more so she's looking away, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but I like that she's looking directly at us. Man, I don't know. What do you guys think? 10 or 12? Well, page 10 or page 12? 1 or 2? I don't know. I'm gonna have to sit with it. Hopefully the one you like more ends up being the cover. But if not, it's all good, you know. It is all good. There will be more covers that we can play around with. But yeah, 1 or 2. 1 or 2. See the other ones. Yeah, I'm actually gonna, apart from this one, all the other covers, if it's showing their face directly, they're looking at us. You know, so she's looking at us. The lady at the computer in the yellow suit was looking at us. So I think I'm just going to keep that consistency there and go with this lady right here. So thanks for coming in and, you know, doing this little field trip with me. Once the edition is live, you're going to see the September cover showing here instead of August. And yeah, go ahead, tell your friends to subscribe. Again, it's free to subscribe. If you want to support the brand, then you can go ahead and do a paid subscription, and you know, it'll unlock additional perks for you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for riding this wave with me as I get my computer fixed. And I will catch you guys in the next episode. All right, bye.